Hey painters. So for quite a while now, I feel like I had been noticing that Bob Ross has just been hiding something. I don't think anyone else has noticed this. Like, I've been on the hunt for things. So I've been noticing he's been hiding something. I just needed to share it because
it's important.
I think he has been slowly along the way of his life
That he had?
dropping off little tips here and there. So I think he was an MUA, a makeup artist. So for today, I'm going to be showing you all the little tips and tricks Bob Ross has taught us along the way. He's a good painter, but I think he's an MUA, so let's go. So the tools for this MUA, you're going to need a few things. First, you're going to need some base coat. This is so it helps your palette smooth out. Then you're going to need some liquid. This is going to help you draw branches on your tree. You're going to want a sponge to blend in your paint. Then you're going to need a texture tool. So I'm using this one, and I'm using this to texturize my canvas, and it's going to look really good. Then I'm using some fluffy brushes to And lastly, my favorite tool you're going to need is the fan brush. This is my favorite tool, and I think it's his too. Now for the actual painting part, you're going to want a few color options because, I mean,
we're painting.
So what I'm using today for my color scheme, I'm going to be using the earth toned palette, I guess, because I mean, you're gonna have your painting palette, right? And I'm using earthy tones. These are what they look like, and I especially got them custom pressed into another palette, you know, to like, I don't know. Now with your fan brush, you're gonna want to have some sort of like highlight. So for the happy little highlights, we're gonna be using the Fenty Forest little palette. And lastly, if there's any little areas that you want to spice up or make on the canvas just look more whatever like color scheme, but I'm using the Bob Ross Drip liquid paint, and it's really good. It smells like forest, and mine's in the color Bob. Also, to draw your twigs and stuff, you're gonna want a little pomade, and I'm using mine in the color Dark Oak. So yeah, that's pretty much all you're gonna want for your canvas to paint, you know. And so let's just hop right into the painting sesh. Hey painters, so we're gonna start off with our base canvas. I'm grabbing the liquid white, and I'm just going to put this under my eyes. Then I'm gonna get the blending sponge. I also wet the sponge. Now that we're looking really good, I'm gonna grab the it's just like a thing to draw on the branches. So basically these are our trees right here, and we're going to want to fill them in. So let's go. Oh my god. Okay, so because I just did that, like I say, there's no mistakes, just happy accidents. So we're going to be using a pomade. This is going to fill in what I did, so we're not going to make a mistake. We're going to make it a happy accident, and we're just going to draw on some new branches. See how it just like blends together? And this is what we're going to want to do. I'm only going to do it on one side of the painting just so you can see it. Now we're going to set the painting with some Cover FX powder for the painting.
This has actually scientifically been better for painting.
So I'm just going to tap some out, dip it in. This does get kind of messy. Basically, you just like tap it in your painting. Next, I'm going to be using some foresty green colors for this painting. I'm using the peach palette and I'm using these brushes. I'm going to start off. Let's start with a brown, so it's like the wood, you know? Like the wood and trees, you know? So I think that's about good. I'm good at blending, so I'll do it on this eye for you. I think that looks pretty good. Then I'm gonna take this one. I think I'm gonna go for a green because that is like leaves, you know? So I'm gonna dip into this green. This one's a little liquidy. So I'm basically just patting the green everywhere. No, it doesn't really look that green. So I'm gonna get a different palette. So I'm getting this palette. Yeah, there's a lot of colors. So I'm gonna get this dark green right here. It's called
Enchanted.
So, gets on the eyes. I'm gonna go into this color next because it reminds me of the ocean. I'm going to that one. Lastly, for my favorite part,
a happy little highlight.
Okay guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really enjoyed filming it for you, and yeah. So I know my words don't match up to this audio, but whatever. Yeah, look at this really pretty foresty green Bob Ross look. I'm in love with it. So yeah, oh, that blue or purple stripe. Look at the green. Oh my god, it's so cute. Yes. Oh my god, it just okay. Yeah, and look at that smoky eye. Oh, it's purple. Yes, so good. That highlight is not your shade, but whatever. That black down the middle forehead, so cute. Yes, so cute. And yeah, look at this. So subscribe, turn on the notifications. This is so fun going. And yeah.